Archangel Michael says, this message is not to scare you, but to shake you. Something you overlooked is now coming to the surface. This is not a coincidence, it is a divine alert. A shadow has moved behind your name, and whispers have begun where your presence used to be praised. A decision was made without your knowledge, and the consequences are already in motion. This message isn't early, it's already late. In the place where you once stood with honor, someone else is being quietly introduced. They have studied your steps, mimicked your words, and copied your image to take what was once solely yours. What's worse is that someone who knew you closely is helping them from the inside. You were the pillar in a plan that now seeks to erase your signature. It didn't start yesterday, it's been growing silently while you trusted blindly. A chair you once filled is being adjusted for someone else's comfort. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They are watching your reactions, testing if you'll notice the changes. So far, your silence has convinced them you remain unaware. But the pressure you've been feeling lately? That's not in your head, it's a signal. This person who wants to replace you is smiling at you in real life. They speak softly and even praise you in front of others. But when doors close, their words become weapons. They've told others you're slipping, fabricating faults in your name to gain support. Behind every compliment lies their calculation. And slowly, people who once stood with you are turning, unaware that they're being manipulated too. What has changed is not your ability, but their agenda. You are not lacking, they are just impatient to take what you built. And now the final phase has begun. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Archangel Michael says, the evidence is being altered. The story is being rewritten to remove you from the first line. Someone is even forging moments to make it seem like you failed. This isn't just about jealousy, it's about strategy. You are the obstacle between them and what they desire. And they believe that if they eliminate your presence, the path becomes clear. Do not ignore the signals, the cold shoulder, the shifting behavior, the change in invitations. These are not accidental. These are rehearsed. They want you distracted, so when the replacement takes over, you'll feel too defeated to fight back. That's the final piece of their cruel plan, to break you quietly. Type Amen to get blessing 555. A room you should have been in last week? You were intentionally left out. A message you didn't receive? It was redirected by someone you trusted. This is deeper than gossip, it's betrayal. Someone who once admired you began feeling threatened by your light. Instead of learning from you, they chose to compete silently. And now they are trying to erase the original and crown a counterfeit. But this is not over. Your energy still carries force. Your truth still holds weight. The divine realm will not let injustice reign without consequence. But you must open your eyes now, or the damage will deepen further. Type Amen to get blessing 777. They think you're sleeping while the world is shifting, but Archangel Michael is shaking you awake. There's something you must know. Someone said your name in a meeting and no one defended you. The silence was loud. That was the confirmation your enemies needed. They are preparing the final announcement without your name included. They are replacing you not because you're weak, but because you are powerful and they are afraid of your growth. But remember, God watches what man hides. And the one who tries to take what is not rightfully theirs will inherit the weight of their theft. Still, it's your silence that they are using as fuel. They think you've accepted your exit. Prove them wrong. Type Amen to get blessing 999. There's a place only you can fill. They may try to stand in it, but it will never carry the same light. What you bring is not replaceable, it's irreplaceable. But if you don't rise now, they will have enough power to rewrite the truth. They've already sent messages in your name. They've taken credit for your ideas. One even bragged they could do what you do, better, faster, cheaper. And sadly, one person believed them. That person holds power. That person was waiting for a reason to shift things. Now, that reason has been handed to them through lies. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Archangel Michael says, there's still time. But you must not delay. If you hesitate again, the doors that were once wide open will begin to close one by one. You are not forgotten by heaven, but if you forget your own strength, you give them permission to succeed. Do not let your silence be your downfall. Speak up, claim your position again, and confront the dishonor with truth. There is a movement behind your back that fears your return. They are rushing, hoping you don't realize in time. But time is running out for them too. They will be exposed the moment you speak. And when light hits their lies, their confidence will crumble. Type Amen to get blessing 111. The person being prepared to replace you is not even capable. But they've convinced others they are. They rehearsed your tone, studied your achievements, and even reached out to someone from your past pretending to be humble. You were too kind. You allowed too much access. That's how they gathered enough to mimic you. Now they want to become you, but without your suffering, your journey, or your divine calling. And they can't. They won't. But only if you take back your voice now. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Every time you doubted your worth, they gained a step. Every time you delayed your next move, they moved closer to the seat you earned. But heaven never replaced you. Archangel Michael says, the truth is now cracking through. Someone who was part of their plan is beginning to feel guilt. That person may approach you soon. Listen closely. They know everything, the text messages, the calls, the strategy. If you hear them out, you'll have the proof to reclaim what's yours. But if you brush it off, they will bury you with fake smiles. Type Amen to get blessing 000. You've been carrying heaviness recently for a reason. That isn't random anxiety, that's spiritual warning. Your spirit knows before your eyes see. This is the confirmation you needed. Yes, someone is trying to replace you. And yes, a decision is near. But the decision can still be redirected. It's not over. You still have time to step back in and disrupt the plan. Let them see the fire in you that they tried to copy but never could own. Type Amen to get blessing 121. You are a light, and light can't be replaced. They can try to imitate, but they will always fall short. Your truth is eternal. Archangel Michael says, call back your voice. Call back your presence. Show up and shift the energy. The people who were swayed by lies will recognize the truth when they see your power again. But you must move fast. The next meeting already has your name crossed out. Unless you act, the replacement becomes real. Unless you speak, the fake becomes truth. Type Amen to get blessing 313. They chose a smile over loyalty. They chose comfort over truth. And they chose to believe the whispers over the one who always stood strong. But the moment you walk in with the knowledge from this message, their faces will change. They will feel the heat of being seen. The truth has arrived. Your presence is not just needed, it's required. Only you carry the blueprint. No one can build what's yours without the structure crumbling from the inside. Type Amen to get blessing 616. You are being guided back into position. Not to compete, but to complete your purpose. Not to argue, but to activate your rightful space. The shift is coming. But this time, it will be in your favor. Those who betrayed you will find their plans reversed. The one who tried to replace you will soon be replaced by consequences. Because no one can steal destiny, not even with manipulation. Type Amen to get blessing 717. Archangel Michael says, your silence has lasted long enough. Rise now. Speak truth. Reclaim everything they tried to steal. Because the story isn't finished yet. And your chapter still has victories to write. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The one who thought they could remove you never imagined this moment would arrive. They believed you wouldn't fight. They assumed you were too tired, too distracted, too broken to rise. But they misjudged your spirit. They forgot who carried you through darker nights than this. They overlooked that you were chosen, not selected by man, but appointed by divine hands. Now their fear is growing. Every moment you stand tall again, their illusion begins to crack. They feel it in their gut, that you are returning to what is rightfully yours. And they are scrambling, trying to strengthen the lie before you expose it. But it's too late. Truth has already started burning through the cover they created. Type Amen to get blessing 414. The one helping them from the inside is also under divine observation. Their double-faced loyalty is reaching a point of judgment. They can't serve two sides forever. Soon, they will be cornered into choosing. And when they see your strength re-emerge, they may beg for forgiveness. But forgiveness doesn't restore the same trust. You'll have to decide whether to let them near again, or shut the gate they abused. But know this, your boundaries now are sacred. They are part of your protection. The betrayal cut deep, but the healing will build stronger walls this time. Type Amen to get blessing 818. They are watching you from fake accounts. They are asking mutual friends about your moods, your movements, your silence. Their obsession is growing, not out of love, but fear. Fear that you still have more to accomplish. Fear that despite their lies, you haven't fallen. Fear that your truth might rise in front of the very crowd they deceived. Because when it does, the entire foundation they built with your stolen name will collapse. And that collapse will be loud. That moment is closer than you think. You've already shifted the atmosphere by simply waking up. Type Amen to get blessing 505. Archangel Michael says, you are not late, you are right on time. This confirmation comes when your spirit is ready to hear it fully. Not in doubt. Not in fear. But in readiness. There will be one final move they make. It will be bold. It will be designed to break your will completely. Do not fall for it. They will try to pull you into an argument, a trap, a last-minute sabotage. Walk away in silence and let the heavens roar instead. You don't need to prove what's already divinely known. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The shift is divine. The confrontation is spiritual. But the victory will be visible. They took your quiet as weakness. Now your strength will speak without words. The same people who nodded with them will be the ones to speak in your defense. The same doors they tried to close will open wider for you. And the same lies they fed to others will return to expose their hunger for power. Their moment of glory is short-lived. But your comeback will echo. Not just for you, but for everyone who ever doubted their worth in silence. Type Amen to get blessing 333. You are being restored. Your name is being whispered in rooms they thought you were banned from. Your energy is being recognized even by those who were blind to it before. What was delayed will now be delivered. What was hidden will now be seen. And what was stolen will return multiplied. This replacement they planned will not succeed, not because of revenge, but because of divine justice. The crown doesn't fit anyone else's head. It was shaped for yours. Type Amen to get blessing 202. Even if they stand on your platform, they'll never carry your authority. Even if they mimic your style, they can't replicate your soul. You are the original blueprint. And soon, everyone will remember why you were first chosen. Not just for your work, but for your heart, your truth, your unshakable light. They replaced you in the room. But they couldn't replace you in the spirit. That's why everything they do still feels empty. And deep down, they know it. Type Amen to get blessing 313. Archangel Michael says, do not fear what they're building without you. It won't stand. Because anything created by deception will be destroyed by truth. You are walking into a reversal. Their stolen elevation will become their fall. And your silent suffering will become your rise. The time of watching is over. Now is the time to act, speak, move. Reclaim what's yours, not in noise, but in divine alignment. Heaven walks with you. Type Amen to get blessing 434. Their fake loyalty will be exposed by their own contradictions. The lies they told to secure your position will backfire. Because the one they convinced now sees through the mask. Someone has started digging. Someone is starting to connect dots. And that person holds the final authority. They may already be preparing to call you back. When that happens, be ready. Be bold. Be clear. Speak only facts. The truth will carry you. Type Amen to get blessing 636. The journey from betrayal to blessing is real. But you had to walk it to understand who's truly for you. Your enemies taught you who you are without ever knowing it. Because they saw the power in you before you did. And they feared it so much, they tried to steal it. But no matter how they package your replacement, it will never carry your soul print. And soul print is everything. You can't replace what is anointed. Type Amen to get blessing 747. Let them keep watching. Let them whisper. Let them sit in seats they didn't earn. Because when divine timing strikes, everything they stole will crumble into dust. You're not coming back to fit in. You're returning to reign. Not with arrogance, but with purpose. Your absence was temporary. Your replacement will be exposed. And your return will be undeniable. Type Amen to get blessing 909. Archangel Michael says, Heaven has recorded every move. Every lie. Every betrayal. Every attempt to bury your name. But heaven has also documented your patience. Your kindness. Your restraint. That balance will now tip. In your favor. With power. With undeniable results. They won't even see it coming. But they'll never forget it when it arrives. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The stage is already being cleared. A new announcement is forming. And your name, yes, your name, is at the center of it. Not because they want you. But because they need you. They just didn't realize it until now. But heaven always did. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. There is an undeniable silence now surrounding the people who once conspired against you. Their whispers have turned into nervous glances. The confidence they once carried in your absence is now beginning to shrink. They're realizing something is shifting. And that shift is you, rising. Their illusions are losing power. You were never forgotten. You were being prepared. And the divine waited for this exact moment, so your return would be undeniable and their deception irreversible. Type Amen to get blessing 114. The walls they built to block you are beginning to crack. And through those cracks, your light is breaking in. This is not just justice, it is spiritual warfare, and you're already winning. They thought they silenced your voice. But what they didn't know is your silence was sacred. It was strategy. It was strength. Because now, as your truth begins to roar, nothing can stop it. No lie can stand in its way. No replacement can measure up. They feel the heat of your presence, and it burns their fabricated truth to ash. Type Amen to get blessing 929. Archangel Michael says, you are not just being restored. You are being elevated above where you were before. The seat they tried to steal will soon look too small for you. You are not returning to the same level, they forced you to rise higher. What was done against you will now work for you. Their betrayal was the ladder to your throne. They didn't realize that by trying to replace you, they pushed you into your greater destiny. But heaven knew. And heaven waited for your spirit to be strong enough to handle the elevation. Now you are. Type Amen to get blessing 737. You'll begin to hear your name again in places it was once erased. People will come forward who stayed silent out of fear. But now they are remembering the truth. Your character. Your contribution. Your power. It's being talked about behind the scenes. The person they tried to replace you with? Their mask is slipping. Cracks are showing. And the truth is leaking out. Their moment of comfort is becoming their burden. Because nothing they do can truly hold what wasn't meant for them. Type Amen to get blessing 646. You didn't lose your place. It was paused. Hidden. Protected. Until the right moment. Until now. You're not the same version of yourself who was pushed aside. You're wiser. Sharper. More resilient. And what's coming now isn't just restoration, it's recognition. Heaven is placing a spotlight on you. Not for attention. But for alignment. For justice. For truth. And when the announcement comes, there will be no confusion about who deserves it. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The meeting they planned without you is about to shift in your favor. A key decision is being revisited. Your absence is being felt so loudly, it's impossible to ignore anymore. Archangel Michael says, the hand of God is touching the hearts of those who were misled. They are beginning to feel conviction. Their support is cracking. Even those who clapped when you fell are now wondering if they backed the wrong person. And they did. Soon, they'll reach out. They'll want to reconnect. Not because they suddenly love you, but because truth is undeniable. Type Amen to get blessing 232. Let your rise be quiet and fierce. Let your return carry weight, not noise. Let your truth walk into rooms without needing explanation. Because while they rehearsed your downfall, you evolved into your rebirth. And now, their plans are outdated. Their script is obsolete. The person they chose to take your place is beginning to unravel. Not because of you, but because the position was never meant for them. And everything forced into the wrong hands eventually falls apart. Type Amen to get blessing 123. You were not created to be second. You were built to lead. Built to stand out. Built to overcome. The delay was painful, yes, but it was protection in disguise. Now you are protected, aware, and armed with truth. There is no more space for games. There is only room for victory. Let them tremble. Let them wonder how you rose. Let them feel the energy shift. Because you're not just returning, you're reclaiming. And nothing will stop what is divinely decreed. Type Amen to get blessing 101. Archangel Michael says, the tables have turned. The people who doubted you will now be witnesses to your justice. The same eyes that overlooked you will now be forced to watch you win. Not in revenge, but in revelation. Not in bitterness, but in brilliance. The path is cleared. The battle is shifting. And your name is once again being written in places of influence. This time, in permanent ink. They tried to delete you. But you were stamped in heaven. And heaven's signature can't be erased. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They will panic when they realize you're back. But their panic is not your concern. Your only mission now is to walk forward. Firm. Focused. Unbothered. You don't need to prove anything. Your presence proves everything. The room that replaced you will feel the void of your absence deeper than they expected. And when your name is spoken again, the silence in their hearts will echo with regret. But regret is their portion. Restoration is yours. Type Amen to get blessing 818. Everything you lost will return dressed in greater glory. Everything they tried to destroy will resurrect stronger. And everything that was hidden will rise to the surface. Because divine timing is never wrong. And your delay has only strengthened your impact. Now it's time to walk through the doors they swore you'd never see again. But this time, you walk in not as the same person. You walk in as the storm they thought you couldn't become. Let it begin. Type Amen to get blessing 707. Archangel Michael says, you are fully covered. Spiritually. Mentally. Emotionally. Physically. No weapon formed in secrets shall prosper in your season of truth. Their meetings will fail. Their plans will dissolve. Their confidence will turn to confusion. And in the center of it all, you will stand. Quiet. Holy. Unshakable. Because when God restores, He restores completely. Nothing missing. Nothing broken. Only multiplied blessings. Type Amen to get blessing 626. You will feel it soon. The shift. The phone call. The email. The unexpected opportunity. The returned invitation. One moment that unlocks every door they tried to shut. And when it comes, don't hesitate. Step into it. With grace. With power. With the knowledge that this was always yours. They couldn't stop it. They only delayed it. But the delay has expired. Now it's your time. Type Amen to get blessing 515. You are not just being welcomed back. You are being celebrated. And those who once ignored you will now rise when you walk in. Because something divine surrounds you now. A glow. A weight. A certainty. It cannot be explained, it can only be felt. Let them feel it. Let them see it. Let them realize they can never replace what heaven appointed. You were never gone. You were becoming. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.